What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. The best sports talk on YouTube, the best sports capper. And by capper, I don't mean cap. I mean getting you paid, as in giving you the best bets on YouTube. And it's official. Mike Brown is now the coach of the New York Knicks. I'm just happy that it's over with. Quite frankly, like I said, the church was getting embarrassing. We was going around to every team, trying to cuck every team. You know, hey, can I talk to your chick? Hey, can I talk to your chick? Yo, let me talk to your chick real quick. Let me smash on your chick for a little bit. AKA asking everybody else if we can interview their coach, you know? And obviously that didn't work out. Nobody wanted to allow us to do that. And I said before Tibbs was fired that my worry about firing him is who are you going to hire? There's not that many coaches that are better. I really wanted Mike Malone. Mike Malone showed no interest in the Knicks job. Then I was like, maybe Nick Nurse. He's shown the ability to win a championship as well. I don't think Nick Nurse has a real interest in coaching right now. So really, out of everybody, thank God it's not Dawn Staley. And not because I don't think Dawn Staley is a good coach. It's just the New York Knicks is the last team that needs to hire the first ever female coach in the head coach, I should say, in the NBA. They're the last team. It's already a media circus. It's just, that would have been a terrible look. And that's when it started to piss me off. I'm like, come on, guys, can you get serious? What I will say is since then, we signed Jordan Clarkson. I love that move. A good 15, 16 points per game off the bench. We signed my man from France. I know his name. I cannot pronounce it, so I'm not going to disrespect him by butchering his name right now. But I like that move. Good, strong forward who can also step out, shoot the J, pull down boards. I like what the Knicks did this offseason. Mike Brown, my thoughts. You know, it could have been worse. I think of what was available between Mike Brown and Taylor Jenkins, I think Mike Brown was a better choice than Taylor Jenkins. Do I think he's really that much better than Tibbs? I'll say this. Tibbs and Mike Brown both have reputations for going to places or situations where it's a franchise that has not been winning, or at least wasn't winning recently, and turning it around. Mike Brown did it with the Kings. He did it with the Cavs, albeit he had LeBron James' help, but he still got it done. Tom Thibodeau did it with the Bulls. He did it with the Timberwolves. Then he did it again with the Knicks. So I think he would have been a better pick than Taylor Jenkins. He's also been to the finals before. You know, he's been on championship teams. So he might be able to get you over that hump. I think he's going to utilize his bench more, which is already a good start, which was the main thing that got Thibodeau fired. He's a 2-time coach of the year. Very similar to Thibodeau, but like I said, he's coached in the finals before. He's assisted coached in the finals before. He's been on championship squads. So, you know, maybe he can get him over that hump. He has gotten a team to the finals before. Again, albeit a team that had LeBron James, but that wasn't a very good team, honestly. So that's still a good coaching job for him to get that team to the finals, even though they had LeBron James. So I think of the available options, Mike Brown was the best hire, right? I think in the worst case scenario, and the reason I'm okay with the Mike Brown hire, in the worst case scenario, the Knicks would be the same as they have been. They'll still win 50 games. They'll get to the Eastern Conference Finals or at least the second round, right? In the best case scenario, Mike Brown could come up with a little bit more strategy, use a little bit more depth, and get them over the hump to the NBA Finals. We'll see. The East is wide open next year. In my opinion, the Knicks are the best team in the East looking at next year. I think the Hawks are going to be a problem. Detroit Pistons will play tough. Orlando Magic made some moves, but I do think the Knicks are the front runners, at least on paper, going into next year to win a championship. So we'll see if Mike Brown can get them over the hump. I'm not excited about it particularly, but I don't hate it. Some Knicks fans hate the move. I don't understand why you would hate the move. At the end of the day, we did kind of get into a situation where it's like we got the last girl on the dance floor when the club was about to close. That's kind of the situation we got ourselves into. But it's like at the same time, I do think there was too many players on the team who didn't want Tibbs there. It was too divided. I don't think you were going to get over the hump that way. One thing Mike Brown did say that alarmed me in his press conferences, he talked about building a culture, and sustaining wins. Bro, we did not bring you here to build a culture or sustain wins. The culture was built by Thibodeau, all right? The Knicks have made the playoffs 3 of the last 4 years. They've done better every single year. You're here to get us over the hump. All I should be hearing from you is we're going to be competing for championships. Ideally, we're going to be winning a championship, but I'm not going to knock you for saying you're going to win the championship. But at least say the goal is to get to the championship. You know, even coaches who are taking over situations with teams they know have no shot will say that. So for you to say you want to establish a culture, a winning culture, that's already been done. You're here to get us over the hump. Like, that's literally what it is. You're a two-time coach of the year. You have been to the finals before. The East is wide open. You're here to get us over the hump. You're not here to establish a culture. Anything less than what they did last year would be a disaster for next year, considering it'll be way less competition next year than it was this year. You don't even got to deal with Tatum. You don't even got to have to deal with Halliburton. All right? So that's the only thing that alarmed me, but it's not a huge deal. I like the hire. Again, in the scenario that we were in is the best case scenario. I by far think he's a better option than Taylor Jenkins. So we'll see how it goes. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the Knicks hire. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think it was a good hire? Do you think it was a bad hire? I think it was a good hire. And let me know what you think of the Knicks offseason as well. Again, I think they did a really good job so far this offseason. I like both of their free agency acquisitions. And maybe they'll pull off one more move, but I like what we got. I like what we're working with. I like the way they rounded out the team once they realized Giannis was not on the market. And I think they have a real chance to compete again next year. Again, it's not Dawn Staley, so I'm happy, all right? It's not Taylor Jenkins, so I'm happy. Would have preferred Mike Malone, but I get it. Mike Brown, to me, is the next best case scenario, so I have no real issues with it. But you guys can let me know what you think. I'm Alex, and I am out. Peace.